Is Khabib Nurmagomedov the GOAT of the UFC and of MMA, as he's now the number one pound for pound over Jon Jones?
Man, that's a tough one.
It is a tough one.
I think right now at this moment, if his career is said and done 29-0 on paper, I think that's probably the best record we'll ever see in history. I don't think anyone can get to that number again. I mean, you'd have to be a super specimen. Seriously. I mean, the game has gotten too evolved now. You're going to lose eventually. There's going to be someone out there that's better than you at some aspect of this fight game, and they're going to expose you at some point. I mean, that's just, it's no knock on anybody. It's just where this game has gotten. It's not like you can just dominate like you could back in the day.
Exactly.
So, I mean, I think right now, yes, he is, but the only way that I think someone could overtake him, it would be Jon Jones. And the only reason I don't have Jon Jones ahead of him right now is just because of the muddied water, so to say. The failed drug tests, the performance-enhancing drugs, the hit and runs, you know, just all the freaking outside the UFC noise and even inside, but not competition related, you know? It just kind of sucks, and it puts a little bit of a taint on his image. So the only way I could see it going in his favor and him overtaking Khabib again as the GOAT would be for him to probably he'd have to beat Adesanya if they fought, or he'd have to beat Francis or Stipe. And then I think, yes, then there's no way. I mean, just look at the freaking people that Jones lined up and took out, especially early in his career. My goodness.
Well, like
Murderer's Row.
You mean guys like Vito Belfort, Leo Machida, I mean Rampage Jackson, Shogun Hua, I mean go all the way back. Let's talk about Ryan
Daniel
Bader.
Cormier twice. You know? I mean, shoot,
OSP,
Gustafsson twice.
Gustafsson, man. But to me, what kind of sets Khabib apart from Jon Jones is, at least as of now, let's just look at Khabib's last three fights: Conor McGregor, Dustin Poirier, Justin Gaethje. Conor McGregor, one of the greatest UFC fighters and MMA fighters of all time, former double champ with that one of the greatest strikers of all time. Dustin Poirier, interim champ. Justin Gaethje, interim champ. That 3-fight stretch where he dominated all three of those opponents as well, you might be able to call that one of the greatest 3-fight stretches that we've ever seen in MMA. And if you want to go, and the thing with Khabib is that you might question his talent, or at least the talent of his opponents before that most recent run of fighters, but he's dominated every single person he's gone up against. You can't really say that with Jon Jones, because I mean, that first fight with Alexander Gustafsson, a lot of people had that going to Gustafsson. His fight with Thiago Santos, that was a split decision. His fight with Dominic Reyes, a lot of people had that going to Dominic Reyes. There is questions about, did Jon Jones actually win these fights? But on the other hand, with Khabib, there's no doubt that he won those. So that's
any fight he won, he pretty much dominated.
Yeah. So that's there's doubt. When you look at Jon Jones, there's doubt. When you look at Khabib Nurmagomedov, there's no doubt. So that's why, at least as of now, he is your MMA GOAT. The door is definitely open there for him to be dethroned, but as of today, Khabib Nurmagomedov is your GOAT.